I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All Complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to Complete Trader Academy's daily review. Today is April 11, 2023, Tuesday here. So short range day. Not as good as we would like it, of course. Thought I would have took out this liquidity above here. And we have CPI news tomorrow with FOMC meeting. So tomorrow's going to be a hectic day, and you expect pretty much a low range day when it comes to the day before CPI news. And so price opened up and then came out, took out that high right there, which was Tuesday, all right, the 4th. And then we got into, you'll see here on a 4-hour chart. Let me go to a 4-hour. So just pulling out the fib here just to get an idea of where it's going to stop possibly. I do like this 78 right here. It's sitting right on top of that piece of liquidity with our question mark as well. So they decided, when they didn't come down and break this, and when they made this higher low, watch previous videos, but your next objective would be to take out that high above, that high right there, which we just did. So I'm going to change the color here to done, pretty much. And then we came into, so I have to zoom in on the 4-hour real quick here. Whoops. And as you'll see here, going in a little bit in here, you'll see that we have 50% of this wick. Price came right to it nicely. I was trying to aim for the high of that because there's a 4-hour imbalance right there. See that? Which is probably our next target. Okay. And then we have that high and that high. See that? So not too far off from the 78 on the fib, as you see here. So I'm just going to delete that so you can see the levels here, what we're looking for. And then we just hit this. I'll delete this in a second. Let me go into a smaller time frame. 1 hour real quick. And you'll see that you probably need to see this on a 15-minute. Let me go to 15-minute. All right. And we have this imbalance here. So price opened up, playing around, took out highs and lows, took out Asia, all right, in London, and then shanked down to take out London lows, came into this imbalance with this wick right here and found a support level. And I need to kind of go into a smaller time frame here now. Go to a 5-minute. And you'll see here on the 5-minute, as it's refined, that imbalance area is nicely that 5-minute. See that right there? Beautiful. Price came in and stayed right inside of it. Okay. And does tap this block right here. Okay. Which is at between 7:50 and 8 o'clock. Now, I wasn't ready to trade this, which I wish I did, but it's all right. No big deal. Then we have another imbalance here. Price comes in. I need to go on a smaller time frame. So let me go to 1 hour. And you will see here that this is in that 5-minute imbalance. And then on the 1-minute, hopefully this is not bothering you here, but actually let me just delete it and then redo it. So price came back into this imbalance. So you got order flow here. You got break of structure coming up, coming back down, tapping that imbalance nicely. Look at that. You see that? Uh-oh. Let me bring that back for it. I lose it. So yeah, you see that here? Taps in, comes above, then taps right back into that block. More order flow, could have been a buyer right there. Price comes up, comes back into that block, could have been a buyer there, and you're in the new gap of the week, of the day, which is right here. So we go above it here. All right, you could have been a buyer. I waited till after 9:30, so that was my plan. So, and then I used this as a retracement to get a projection of where we're going, because I know we're now, at this point, I know we're coming for that high, this was that green color. Let me change it back to green so you can see it. All right. I knew we were coming for there because we didn't come down. Let me go back to a 5-minute so you can see we never, when we made this higher low, and I should have bought it yesterday in that video, but I was just making a school video, which I put it in the school curriculum to show greed. But if I had took that, it didn't come down. It's not like it came up here and then it came down, right? It came up. So this was a big obvious red flag that we're coming to take out these higher objectives, which it exactly what it did. Let me go back to a 1 minute. So real quick here, so you will see here that I gotta kind of stretch this out. All right, so price comes up, comes back into this block right here to the tick, to the point right there. Okay, then rushes up, and when it rushes up, it leaves a gap. See this gap right here? And this is a really nice part of the algorithm where it wants to come back. So I'm patient. I'm not in a rush at all. Price comes back up, comes back down right into that gap. Taps in, you're an immediate buyer because this is your higher low, this is your higher high, this is your higher low, and taps in. Now, if you wanted to wait again, because you can see the order flow really nice. I mean, this is the higher high, higher low. Breaks up, takes that higher high out, comes back down into a higher low. Where are you going to buy from? You have that imbalance right there. And you have this block of the open. Sure enough, taps in. Then you could be another buyer there. And then once you made this higher low, what are you making? You're going to make a higher high. And then you're going to make a higher low. It's going to retrace, and it wasn't going to come deep because at this point the algorithm is running. And lunch is coming soon as well on top of that. But you have this inversion imbalance right here. So before I get there, higher low, you get this imbalance right there. Taps in. You could be a buyer right there. And then price breaks up. Nice imbalance with that block. Taps in. Could have been a buyer there. Then price has this inversion imbalance. So we're obviously, was a selling imbalance, and now would be a buying imbalance. You drag it out for support, and sure enough, price comes right to it, to the point. Look at that point. Look at to the point, which is this imbalance. So nice. You could have caught that there if you wanted to wait. I would have waited for this price to come up and then come right back into this block right there. Look at that. Perfect. And so on. And let me just kind of shrink this now. And then where am I taking it to? Well, obviously we have this objective. Then we have that 50% of that wick I showed you on the 4 hour right there. And then I was pretty much done. 80% of it was taken out right there. And it's a little bit above 5 standard deviations in the projection from this C to B right here. And that was the day. Then I wasn't trading anymore, and I had to go do some things for the school and all that. And then sure enough, this happened. So this was during the power hour, and I figured I'd miss something. I thought it would have reached here for the power hour. I thought that would have got it by then. So then by tomorrow we can kind of sink down. But I don't know. This is a little suspect. This might be your last entry for selling. And there was a beautiful sell if you caught it. But if you take a look here, price swept up, broke down that low as a break of structure and retraced. Where? Well, you had an imbalance and never broke above that imbalanced candle, and it came back into this block right here. And then look at the bodies of it. Look at the bodies. Look how perfect that is. So it came right back into this block right here, and then it sank off hard. And of course, I didn't catch that. Could have been another seller here when it came into this gap. This is the wrong color. Into this gap right here, and gave you some more opportunities in there. But I wasn't by the chart, missed that, and hopefully I didn't miss the big move, because tomorrow CPI is gonna. I mean, it's anyone's ball game at this point. Let me go back to a 4 hour. And it's anyone's ball game for a CPI, because it literally can just wick up, grab this up here that I have with the question mark, which would be the liquidity sitting there. And if you want to see what that looks like on a daily, that would just be the liquidity sitting right above these two candles from Friday the 17th of February and Monday the 20th. So you got an opening gap in there too. I'm not sure if you can see it here. I think you can see it better on a 4 hour. So the thing is I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to delete this. So, you know, a lot of inefficiency in price here. Obviously, all this liquidity here. I'm not saying all for tomorrow, but I'm just saying in direction. But as far as the top side goes, you know, do we reach this liquidity point? I don't know, but it's going to be very interesting. But I wouldn't be surprised if it came up and came down. So who knows? We might get another pullback, and if we're bullish and we stay bullish, we might get another pullback here to take out that low right there. Take out that low, hit the opening like gap again, and then pop up. If we're going to kind of continue this trend. But I don't see it, man. So I see us coming up, taking out this high here, at the least, taking out this question mark high, and then seeing something like this, where we just start leaking the rest of the day, you know, or maybe even something as dramatic as this. I don't know. So all right, so it's anyone's ball game at this point, and so far it's still a little bullish. But let me go to a week chart. And oh, this is what I wanted to mention. We do have this possibility of getting into this wick right here. This is what I forgot to mention. 50% of this wick, which would be 34,187. So 34,187. That's the best I could do. Hold on a second. And I'm going to put a question mark on the daily for this. And then, what I say, 187? All right, so I'm going to delete this fib. All right, so that on the weekly is a possible range. I'm not saying that. I mean, I would say maybe the open at the least, but I don't know. I'm going to leave it there. So I'm going to go back to a daily. And why isn't it on? Let me do this. Let's see what that looks like on the daily. All right, so yeah, okay, so it was that high. So on the 4 hour, I was saying I'm not sure if it's going to hit that top of that, or was I mentioning here? Yeah, I think I was mentioning here. So this is 50% of the wick on the weekly. I need to change this to dotted line. But it does meet that high right there. So we have that high and we have that high. I mean, if we're talking really bullish, man, but I mean, you know, they're gonna hike the rate. They're gonna hike the rate, I believe, tomorrow. Still, so that would be a good send off. So this is question mark. This is questionable. I'm not counting on this. I'm just saying these are targets on the upside. I'm expecting to maybe hit this, and then we're coming down into this imbalance. And before I forget here, the purpose of the buy was also a nice divergence here. Not sure why it takes forever to do this, but okay. And the other purpose of the buy, dollar was coming down majority since yesterday, so you had to count the whole day as us going up the whole day. Wasn't that reliable, but this had a nice divergence on Dow. We had higher lows, and we came out and took out liquidity on NAS and S&P. So, and yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, you guys take care until tomorrow. As far as tomorrow goes, you know, you're gonna have the news at 8:30 for CPI, so you get some wild action. Probably definitely stay away from it. And then the afternoon is something where you might want to get involved, unless you have like nice clean order flow. But you know, you'll start to see the FOMC speaking at 2 o'clock and 2:30. You'll see some big volatility, and that'll probably be the continuation of the move from CPI. We'll see how it goes. All right, you guys take care. God bless.